the Shelby The Macaw channel. This is Shelby, this is Tommy, I'm Carly, and in today's video we're going to be discussing the absolute perfect diet for your macaw. This is something that is super close to my heart, so I'm really excited to talk to you guys about it. If you're new here, then please consider subscribing. We do lots of different videos here, such as family vlogs, tips and tricks for owning a macaw, and the highs and lows of macaw ownership. So if that's the sort of thing you're interested in, click that red button down below. But I'm going to jump straight into explaining what all of this is. Now, you may have noticed that across social media, lots of bird owners, macaw owners are switching up and changing their diet based on information that they've received from top avian nutritionalists, scientists, latest discoveries in what birds require in captivity, and so lots of people are implementing new things into their birds' diets. If you want to know more about the science behind what I'm about to talk about, then there's a great video made by Mikey the Macaw and friends. I'll link their video up above. Go and check that out. It explains exactly what birds need and their requirements, how their life in captivity compares to the wild, how diet impacts things like plucking and hormones, all sorts of different things. But today I'm going to explain what I feed my birds to ensure that they live a really long, fulfilled life and they receive all of the nutrients they could possibly need or want. Now, I think the standard these days for a very good macaw owner is a chop-based breakfast in the morning and a pellet in the evening with nuts and seeds throughout the day in exchange for training. And that's the sort of diet we've given our birds since we got them. However, because we've learnt recently that pellets aren't exactly the best thing you could be feeding your bird, we've decided to change things up. And we have put a few videos out on our other social media channels, on Instagram, on TikTok, explaining what we've been doing different. But I thought I'd put a video here on YouTube explaining completely what we're doing with Shelby and Tommy's diet and why, and exactly what goes into that diet as well. Now, if you're feeding your birds a diet of fresh chop in the morning and pellets in the evening, it really isn't the worst diet in the world. But as we've done more research, we've been coming to terms with the fact that pellets really aren't as good as we think they are. They're not providing the right nutrition, they're not providing our birds with everything they could possibly need, but also what they are stating they do provide for our birds in terms of vitamins and minerals, the process through which pellets are made is destroying the viability of those vitamins and minerals, and so actually they're not as good for our birds as we think they are. Our birds should be receiving a huge variety of vitamins and minerals. The process through which pellets are made is destroying the vitamins and minerals that are contained within them. So what we've learned from scientists such as Dr. Jason Crean is that we can still provide all of the vitamins and minerals found or claimed to be found in pellets, but without using pellets. So pellets contain things like dried oregano, rosemary, rose hips, flowers, other dried ingredients, but why don't we just create that meal for them without the pellet part? So that's where we come to a dry mix. So what we've learnt from communicating with people like Dr. Jason Crean and communicating with each other as a community is that we can still provide everything a bird needs in their diet without the use of pellets. And so myself and lots of other people in the community are trying to spread awareness that in replace of pellets, you can feed birds a dry mix. So a dry mix consists of lots of dried fruits and vegetables, flowers, flour components, but the important aspect of dried is that they need to be freeze-dried. Freeze-dried retains nearly all of the nutritional benefits of the original product. So in the evenings, we are now offering Shelby and Tommy a freeze-dried chop, and that consists of all of these ingredients here. And the mix itself can contain between 30 and 50 different ingredients. The most important thing to take from this video and other videos like this is that birds need a huge variety. Not only so they can get all of the vitamins and minerals they need from the food, but also so they can get the enrichment they need. Rummaging through a bowl of a huge variety of fruit and veg is great stimulation for their mind. So even if your birds aren't flying, they're not free flighted, just their meal alone gives them all of the brain exercise and brain workout that they could possibly need. Now, as you can tell, taking a look at all of these ingredients here beside me, they're all organic, they're all freeze-dried. This is not cheap. So when people say to us, I want to get a macaw, are you willing to do this? Are you willing to provide for your birds so that their life can be as long and as enriched as it can possibly be? These guys live 80 years. Are you prepared to provide this diet so that they live the full 80 years? Or are you just going to dump a bowl of seeds in front of them and hope for the best? A bird might live for 80 years on a bowl of sunflower seeds in a cage 24 hours a day. That doesn't mean that they're going to live a happy, joyous, fulfilled, enriched life. I could put my child in her bedroom and provide her with a McDonald's every single day for the rest of her life. She will probably live forever, but what sort of quality of life am I giving her? It's the same for these guys. They deserve to be given a healthy life. They deserve to be given as much enrichment as possible. We've taken them out of the wild and brought them into our homes. The least we can do is provide everything they need to keep them happy in their life whilst they're with us. So enough about that. I'm going to go into explaining exactly what goes into our dry chop. So we feed our dry chop in the evenings before they go to bed, and it contains, like I said, between 30 and 50 different ingredients. And it's going to give them a really enriching experience just to receive that one meal. In the mornings, we're still giving them their fresh vegetables as breakfast. They still need that fresh, organic, freshly chopped chop for breakfast, so that they're also getting raw ingredients, raw whole food, raw breakfast to provide them with the huge amount of vitamins and minerals they require to live a fulfilled life. Macaws also require a huge amount of fat. Lots of people seem to be terrified of the F word, as Dr. Crean mentions in Mikey the Macaw's video. We shouldn't be terrified of giving our birds fats. They need it. Their metabolism is extremely fast. They burn fats very quickly. They do a huge amount of, or my guys do a huge amount of exercise, so they need fats to keep them going, to keep their cells moving and keep their brain active and healthy. And so we give them lots of fats throughout the day, but our fat food is in exchange for training, flying, good behaviour, as part of foraging wheels and foraging toys, and lots more. So they get a whole walnut every single time they come back from their fly. Walnuts are full of magnesium, really good fats, and are full of vitamins, amino acids, all of those sorts of things. They're anti-inflammatory. They also get nuts and seeds whilst out flying, and as part of the dry mix they get a good teaspoon or more of seeds as well. So let's get into the dry mix itself. I'm going to list off all of the ingredients that go into our evening dry mix for you to have a look at. I will leave everything down below as well, so that you can go and buy these products for your birds. And what I would implore, if you take anything away from this, is please just consider mixing up your bird's diet, giving them something to get excited about, giving them something to forage through. They don't thrive on a bowl of sunflower seeds every day. They might live, but they don't thrive, and we want these guys to thrive. It's the least they deserve. have it, the biggest tub of dry mix I've ever made. In fact, I had to stir it and mix it inside this bag, this giant bag, and it weighs a ton. There's about 3 kilos of dry mix there, but we've managed to get from there into here, into one tub, and then we'll use this for the next few months. And that's the other great thing about dry mix, is it will last for ages. It's dry, there's no contamination issues, so it can hold and store for ages. Even though it is expensive, you're looking at it being able to last you for a long time. And then what I do every evening is I have a handy scoop in each of the 2 tubs, and I take a scoop of seeds per bird, per bowl. I pour that into each bowl, and then using this scoop, take a nice generous scoop for each bird. And in each scoop, there will be entirely different ingredients. So each meal is different. There's a huge variety, as you just saw, of ingredients in this mix. And so each scoopful will bring something entirely different to the birds and to their meals. So this excites me, and I can't even begin to tell you how amazing this smells. There's just so many things going on inside here that it's just, for me, it's exciting, so I can't even imagine what it's doing for the birds. Such an enriching experience. I'm so excited about this. If you're interested in trying out this particular recipe and this particular dry mix, just to see how your birds get on, let me know. Message me on Instagram or give me an email. I'll drop that down here, and let me know, and I can send you off a pack of 30 grams worth of this dry mix for you to give a try at home. Then you can find out if your birds really like it and have a go at making it yourself. So that's everything that goes into our birds' dry mix in the evenings. Like I said, if there's anything you could possibly take away from this video, it is that I ask you to consider mixing up your birds' diet, giving them a lot more variety. It's what they need in order to thrive. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you provide your birds for a dry mix, and if so, what is in your dry mix? I really want to know. I really want to continue mixing up and creating a huge variety for these guys. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you very soon in the next one. Bye! But I'm gonna jump straight into explaining the YouTube video, really going into detail about what we're doing with our birds. Shelby, you can't land on the camera. But I thought I'd put YouTube here on it. But I thought I'd put a video here on every time I speak. Tommy is about to escape out the door. So they're eating empty food. What is going on? What are you doing? Tommy, you're gonna fall. I can't remember what I'm saying. This is so difficult. Click that red button down below. Shut up. Down below. But I'm gonna jump straight into explaining